To speak about the man who most likely will challenge President Donald Trump at the coming US presidential election, Joe Biden, who overnight gave a speech laying out his plans to overcome coronavirus and to condemn Trump for the spread of the virus in the US, despite the fact that when the president closed the US's borders to non-citizens travelling from China, Biden was among those critical of the move. Remember those cries of racism when the US and Australia were among the first countries to restrict travel from China? A move that medical experts say was critical in reducing the spread of the virus to those countries. Biden refused to take any questions after reading his short statement off an auto cue. In recent months, we've seen Biden appear confused about key facts, policies, dates and names. He even at one point forgot Barack Obama's name. The Democrats' Biden or bust strategy has seen the former vice president become the clear frontrunner to be their presidential candidate. But no matter how hard the Democrats and their allies in the media try, Biden's cognitive issues can no longer be ignored or blamed on some right-wing conspiracy. There is simply too much footage of his muddled rants, inexplicably bizarre outbursts and Charlie Sheen levels of confusion to try to gaslight the American public. Biden has appeared frail, perplexed and just odd on too many public occasions, so much so that his campaign workers have been accused of elder abuse for wheeling him out weekend at Bernie style. This week, Biden launched an astonishing attack against a blue-collar worker in Michigan who questioned his proposed gun laws. Not only did Biden get basic facts wrong and misstate his own policy, but he told the constituent in a hard hat he was full of SHIT and a horse's behind and got aggressively in the man's face to the point where the voter said, "This is not okay." Have a look at Biden's response.
Wait. Take your AR-14s and what?
Okay, this is not okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Hey, let's don't tell me to do, pal. I want to go outside.
There's a lot of guys, wanting.
It's hard to make out, but he pretty much said, "Don't tell me that, pal. Don't tell me it's not okay. I'm going to go out and slap you in the face." When journalists asked him about that spat and why he swore at a union worker, Biden seemed genuinely confused and said,
both targeting you over this exchange this morning with the voter about guns. Any regrets about how you handled it?
Well, I'm surprised that Sanders is joining Trump. It's just surprising.
Was it appropriate to swear at an American, though, especially a union voter?
That's the man who much of the media claim is best equipped to bring civility and honour back to the White House. Here's a man who's developed a habit for abusing voters. It's an odd strategy, given the Democrats desperately need middle America. You know, the people who voted twice for Obama before switching to Trump, to swing back to them. Last month, Biden called a woman a lying, dog-faced pony soldier after she asked a mild question, and he even challenged an Iowa voter to a push-up contest and an IQ test. Biden's gaffes, episodes of confusion and bizarro comments are becoming all too common on the campaign trail. I'm not even talking about his hair-sniffing antics.
Look, tomorrow's Super Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. What's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. Play the radio. Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
But there's more. There's always more.
Things I'm proudest of is getting passed, getting moved, getting control of the Paris Climate Accord. I'm the guy that came back after meeting with Deng Xiaoping and making the case that I believe China would join if we put pressure on them. You had people like you had people like the former chairman and leader of the party in Germany. Go to Joe 30333.
Biden's decline has been evident for some years. Back in 2017, at a swimming pool in Delaware, where the pool was being renamed in his honour, he gave perhaps the most bizarre speech ever by a mainstream politician. Have a look.
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my...
It's little wonder Biden's team is trying to restrict his time in front of microphones. Some of his recent speeches at rallies have been as short as 7 minutes. Meanwhile, Trump regularly talks off the cuff for 90 minutes at rallies, cracking jokes, trolling his rivals, and occasionally talking policy. Of course, Biden can still beat Trump, though that may look unlikely 8 months out. But Biden has two great assets: the bulk of the media, who are sadly so afflicted with Trump derangement syndrome that they'd find a way to condemn him, even if he found a cure for coronavirus. And Biden's other great asset is that he's not Hillary Clinton.